my beautiful girls? Welcome, and I'm so happy to have you with me. I cannot believe that it's been a year since I last made this video. We're going to be talking about new year, new level up. It doesn't even matter. You could be watching this in July. These are the habits that we are going to release. We are going to let them go, and the new habits that we are going to bring on. These are going to level you up, shift you into the most beautiful goddess, divine feminine energy that is already within you. So welcome in, ladies. Everyone that's joining live, hello. I'm so excited you're here. We'll go ahead and do questions at the end. So the reason why this video was so on my heart to make is I was looking at a study the other day, and it said that 9% of people keep their New Year's resolutions a whole year. And I thought, there's no way. I looked up other articles, other research, 9% of Americans specifically. And I thought about, why is this? Why do we not keep our habits? And I realized it's because they are small-term habits. They're New Year's resolutions. They're not actually upgraded lifestyle changes. So everything that we're talking about is going to be permanent lifestyle changes that you start to bring on, and they will last the whole year. You will be part of that 9%. So let's get into what those are. Number one, starting with the habits that we are leaving behind. Number one, the most important habit that we are letting go of is spending precious life force energy getting triggered. Giving away our strongest currency, which is our energy, by reacting to other people, by reacting to circumstances. This is so draining for our energy, and we are going to let it go. So an example of this, the other day teaching the Divine and Aligned course, some of the girls asked, how do you handle negative comments? Most of the women in there are content creators and business owners. And they said, what do you do when someone comments on your post that's really negative? And I said, I block them and move on. What the old version of me would have done is gotten so triggered at that comment and wanted to respond and give them a piece of my mind. What was I doing? I was giving them my precious energy by responding back and by getting triggered. Now when I see a negative comment, what I'll do is I'll just say, we just have different realities, we have different truths, that is okay. We are not in alignment, block. And that is the end. Because when we spend time responding to people, family members, partners, friends, and getting triggered, our body starts to get so angry, filled with that energy. What do? We are up here at this high vibrational, beautiful feminine energy frequency. Now we've dropped down, we've gotten triggered, we've met their energetic frequency, which is down here. So we don't have time for that. Your energy is way too expensive, my girl. You stay up here, you react, or you don't react, I'm sorry, you observe, you don't react. You do not get triggered. This is the deepest level of emotional control, of emotional intelligence that you can have. So another part of this too, this is the first way that I actually started observing rather than reacting. Driving. I think I've used this example before. I used to get so triggered every time I would drive. If someone cut me off, if someone was going slow, and it would make my heart start to almost shake, like my chest would get tight, I would get so angry. I could be listening to the most peaceful music or podcast, and I would still get triggered. What I had started to do was say, Alexis, you know what, this is where we're going to change the trigger. When someone would cut me off or do something that I didn't like when I would drive, I started telling myself, Alexis, let it go. You're going to do some inner work right now. And when I did that over and over and over again, driving became so much better, and I became a woman who was not easily triggered. Now all of that energetic currency that I was giving away to these random drivers, I had them in my pocket to create businesses, to create loving, healthy relationships, and to upgrade my life. So you keep that energetic currency. You do not spend it. It is such a cheap way of spending it by getting triggered. The first time when I was driving, I remember I did this. It was so hard. It was so hard to not want to lay on the horn and not be upset, but I said, if you can't have control here, how are you going to have emotional control in relationships when they get extremely difficult? So small ways that you practice, this is how you build it. Another part of this too is every time you get triggered, why it costs your energetic currency. The reason that I'm using the word currency is because your energy is the match for abundance and wealth. This is why my girls who really level up their feminine energy always end up attracting money. I was just telling the girls this in Seductively Savage. I said I knew that you girls would do this before the course started. I knew that you would start bringing in money. That course is specifically working on dark feminine energy and sensual energy, how to use our life force energy, how to deeply connect to it. And I knew when I was making the course, I said these girls are going to start making money out of nowhere. We don't even talk about money in the course. And they've started making money. They shared in the Facebook group. Hello if you're watching. I love hearing this. This is just the natural result of being a divine feminine energy woman. You attract abundance. So when you're getting triggered and your body tightens up and your chest starts beating and you're really upset, we almost get that choke in our throat. Well, what happens is your body tightens up. Now you're in the shell and your feminine energy is hidden. So when your feminine energy is hidden, it's very difficult to create. It's very difficult to flow. You can't move your hips. You can't activate that life force energy. You can't speak from your feminine energy voice. You can't create because your body is tight. I can even notice this looking at women when they walk. And I used to be this way myself. I would walk so stiff and so straight. There was no curve. There was no sway in my hips. There was no movement in my body. Because I was disconnected from my feminine energy. I was constantly in a survival state, always getting triggered. Every little thing could trigger me, that old wounded version of me. And it showed up in the way that I walked. So everything that you attract, it is because of the energy that you are bringing. There's relationships, there's career opportunities, there's friendships, there's life experiences, that the way you show up unlocks those. So you want your body to be showing up in a state of flow, in peace, in total feminine energy. How you can start to observe rather than react, because I know it's so easy to say, but how do you actually do it? With people specifically, this is what you're going to do. I tell all of my private clients this. When you get triggered, you are going to observe the person triggering you as if you are watching a movie. You are going to imagine that their movie is just playing out. You are not going to be an actor in it. When you get triggered, let's just use siblings for example. Let's say your sibling does something to make you mad and you feel your body starting to get triggered. You step back and say, this is just their movie playing out. If I fight back, if I feel the need to defend myself, if I get triggered, I am choosing to be an actor in their movie. No more choosing that. Your energy, way too expensive, way too precious to play in a low budget movie. You can watch the movie or you can walk away, you can turn it off. But you are no longer an actor in it. That is how you no longer get triggered. So that is habit number 1 that we are leaving behind. I know that that was long. I promise that we'll keep moving. Okay, habit number 2, overstimulation. And before you say, I'm not overstimulated, I know how to control, there's so many things that we do that just slip by our mind because it's become a part of our unconscious programming. If you are feeling depressed, if you are feeling a lack of creativity, if you are feeling uninspired, if you are not attracting all of your desires, you're not depressed, you're not a low vibe person, you're just overstimulated. There's too much that your brain is taking on. This can look like multitasking. Multitasking is overstimulating you. It can look like scrolling on your phone. That's the most common one. As soon as I hear someone say I'm sad or I'm tired, I see this a lot in my younger family members. They're just overstimulated. It is absolutely insane that we cannot even watch a full movie without feeling the urge to scroll on our phone. Where in the world did this come from? We're way too overstimulated as a culture. Our brain is not built to take in all of this stimulation. So just because there's something new that's introduced to our culture, our body still needs time to process and catch up. The reason why there's probably so much mental illness, our bodies have not caught up to everything that we now have access to. You are in charge of cutting it off and deciding you get to be happy and you get to be vibrant. So an example of this, and I'll actually share something that was so mind-blowing for me that was part of my own inner work. I remember there was a day when I was just feeling so uninspired with work and so uninspired with what I was doing at the time. And I remember taking a look at all of my habits throughout the day, and I noticed something that I did and I could not believe it. I would open my phone and just pick an app to go into. I didn't have an intention. It was just a habit to go and open my phone. These are the ways that we are overstimulated. We don't even have a purpose, we don't even have a goal, we're just craving a dopamine hit. The scrolling and the content and the consuming that we are now doing is killing the dopamine and the serotonin receptors in our brain. So when this, let's just use serotonin, the happiness receptor for example, when that gets fired again and again and again, every time we scroll, every time we're being refreshed with new content, it's literally infinite, it's so dangerous. Those serotonin receptors in our brain, they are fried. So then when something exciting actually happens, let's say you get into a new relationship, you get a promotion, you don't have any more serotonin left in your brain. It has all been used to go and consume content. So this is why it's so essential you save your brain. When you understand the science of it, it becomes very easy and very clear what to do. So catch yourself. If you feel yourself about to go and unlock your phone and you don't have something to actually do on it, put the phone down. Put it down. No need to scroll. It'll all be there in an hour, I promise. Give yourself boundaries too. I have a boundary with myself. After about 10:30 p.m., I do not go on my phone anymore. No more social media. If I go on my phone, it's to either answer a message or to go on my devotions. It's never to go on social media. There's sometimes on the weekends where I make an exception, but during the week, I have those very strong boundaries. And it helps me. I go to sleep feeling so much better. So here's something that was so mind-blowing to me. And actually this happened this year. So I was getting a massage, and the woman doing my massage, she said, do you have a job, or what did she ask me? She goes, are you left-handed? And I said, no, I'm right-handed. She goes, do you have a job where you use your left hand a lot? And I say, not really. I mean, being on YouTube and teaching my courses, I don't use my left hand more than the right one. And I said, oh my gosh, no, but I use my phone with my left hand to scroll. She goes, you've got to cut it out. She goes, your arm is so tight, like right here. And I thought, there's no way. And looking back, I noticed it. She goes, I had to really work on your arm just to relieve the tension in it. She goes, it's so tight from something you're doing with your fingers. And I thought, all right, God, very funny. I will cut it out now. And I felt so much happier as a result. So we might think it's harmless, but our body is literally getting tighter and it's getting unhealthier. Okay, so that is number 2. Number 3, okay, the best thing you can ever do for yourself, for your inner work journey, and this is also the key to setting boundaries. Stop managing other people's emotions. Cut it out right now. That is the 3rd habit we are dropping going into 2024. The reason why people struggle setting boundaries, it doesn't matter if it's in relationships, doesn't matter if it's with a family member, it can even be with money. We try to control the outcome. We try to control other people's emotions. You have one job. Show up as a goddess and speak your boundary. You are not in charge of what other people do afterwards. You are not in charge of their reaction. You do not have to think, to calculate, to plan for what they're going to say or do when you set the boundary. You show up as a goddess, set the boundary, God will do the rest. So this is the key to unlocking firm boundaries. What is kind of the only difficult part about this is the wound that we often carry, that we are responsible for other people's emotions. For me, this came from a parent who did teach me I was responsible for their emotions. I had to learn to tiptoe around the house and to say the right thing, because if I didn't, they would erupt and it would be very scary, very traumatic as a child. So where in your life were you taught to manage other people's emotions? When you can get to the root of it and say, wait a second, absolutely not. That was not okay, that my parent lacked the emotional intelligence to be a conscious adult. Younger version of me, younger child, you are safe. You do not need to control other people's emotions. You are free from that bondage. That is inner work. That is how you do it. So you set the boundary, that is it. Something that I see too is the biggest block that we have in relationships is, well, they will leave if I set this boundary. Well, is that really your dream man if your boundary chases him off? Is that really your dream man? Definitely not. So never be afraid to set a boundary, because you're either pushing away the wrong people or bringing in the right people that respect you and learn how you work. Never ever be afraid to set a boundary. It is the most selfless thing that you can do to set a boundary. You are protecting yourself, you are protecting your future kids. Let's just use the example, the boundary, I will be only with a man that provides. Any man that wants me to do 50-50, any man that wants me to pay for his lifestyle, absolutely not. That is my boundary, because I am so selfless as a woman that I respect his masculine energy enough to go out there and provide, and I care for my future kids to create a life where they are safe and secure. And I care for my feminine energy. Setting boundaries is selfless. Get the limiting belief out of your head that says you are selfish if you set a boundary. It is the opposite. Another part of that too is when I was a people pleaser and wore the good girl mask, I was so, how would I say it? So full of fear and anxiety and resentment that I actually wasn't as nice as I thought I was. So we might think that sugarcoating things or being nice, even though we really just want to say our truth, that's actually not serving people, because it causes us to be passive aggressive and it causes us to project resentment to that other person. So you speaking your truth, being honest, setting your boundary, that is the kindest version of you. There's a book, I had to bring this book so that I would not forget to share it with you girls. I know that I've put this in other videos for you. This is the best book for boundaries in the world. It is called The Art of Everyday Assertiveness. This is what it looks like. It's by Patrick King. It is so good. There's another book called Boundaries that's also really great, but this one, people pleasing, being a doormat, accommodating, it crosses those out. I like this book because it has a Bill of Rights, which is such a beautiful reminder of the rights that we have as humans, the rights that our divine feminine energy selves had before we became wounded. So this book is so good. Okay. Let's see here. Yes, if you have already learned to set boundaries, but you want the deeper level, how can I activate the dark feminine goddess? How can I set boundaries even deeper and respect and honor myself? Seductively Savage is the ultimate program for you. We literally just finished our session about 2 hours ago and it was so beautiful. I never want to end the session. That is my course on how to activate your full dark feminine energy. So that is always available for you to join too. Next, we are going to be talking about the habits that we bring on. So what do we want to start bringing on to level ourselves up? A quick recap of what we're leaving behind. Spending precious life force energy, wasting life force energy, getting triggered. Absolutely no more. Overstimulation was number 2. And number 3, managing other people's emotions. Let me check the chat real quick, see what you ladies are saying. We have so many women watching live for the first time. Welcome everybody. I loved your last video. Oh, Camila, thank you, with Mina Irfan. That one was my favorite video I've made in so long. I have to say too about that video, the video that she's referencing is called Stop Giving Your Body Away. And it's a collab video that I did with Mina, who is a universe guru on YouTube. And we were talking about saving your body for your husband. Your husband, your dream man, is the only one who should get access to your precious life force energy. And in the video I saw a lot of comments and you girls messaged me, Alexis, I was so triggered watching this video, but thank you, I needed it. This is going to be my new standard. And I'm so proud that you just didn't turn it off even though you were triggered. That was so beautiful. I love all of your messages on that video. Thank you, ladies. Yes, can you show the book again? I need to add it to my must-reads. The Art of Everyday Assertiveness. Your lipstick matches your shirt. So nice. Ah, Pipette, thank you, girl. I have to brag about this, girl, real quick. So the lipstick I'm wearing, I brought it to show you girls. This is from one of my students in the Divine and Aligned course, Caitlin. This is her brand. Like, I'm holding her lipstick. This is what I have on right now. I'm just so proud of her. She is running her business like a queen. Also, shout out to my girl Sandra, who's also in the Divine and Aligned course. This is her jewelry brand. I remember it was maybe a few months back, she told me, Alexis, I'm thinking of starting a jewelry brand. It's been on my heart. And I said, girl, do it, absolutely. And this is her piece. So I'm gonna link both of their businesses in the description of this video if you would like to go and check them out. I'm just so honored, like wearing my students' products, I feel so, so honored and proud. Hi. My girl, the way you just told me to get the Dark Feminine course, I love it. That course has brought out such a new side in me. And it's been coming for a while. I told you girls after Dubai, like this more savage side came out and I love it. Most of what's in the course, I cannot say on YouTube, I'm not allowed. That's why I made this safe space. And I want women to have this safe sisterhood in the form of a course, in a program. So it is such a beautiful part of it. Oh, this morning session, I always tell them, this is my favorite session, but it really, really is. I love you, Alexis. Please do a meet and greet in Houston. Oh, girl, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to announce this. My girls, I cannot believe that I'm saying this. It's bittersweet. The Hawaii retreat is almost sold out. I believe that there's about 3 or 4 spots left. I cannot believe it. I thought that it would be maybe a few more weeks until this happened, but I will be closing the cart as soon as it is sold out. My girls, I cannot wait to meet you in Hawaii. Those of you who have signed up, oh, it's gonna be so exciting. Vacationing together, doing inner work together. The woman who's helping me plan the retreat, I cannot wait for you girls to meet her. She goes, Alexis, how is it that all of your girls signed up already? I said, I just told them about the retreat and they want to go. She goes, what? I've never seen this before. So I cannot wait to see you there. It was really funny too because yesterday I woke up and I had such a delicious, beautiful dream about the Hawaii retreat and being with my girls there. And I went and I checked the Facebook group. We have a Facebook group for the retreat. And one of the girls posted in there, she goes, I just had such a great dream about the retreat. This had happened with the Divine and Aligned course. I felt so connected with the girls before I even met them. Having the same dreams, having the same ideas and thoughts, it gives me chills to think about. I'm so excited. So that will be in February, Goddess Unleashed Hawaii. Okay, getting back to this topic. Habits we are bringing on. Let me get my drink. I made like a plant-based hot chocolate today in the theme of Christmas coming up. Okay, that is so hot still. Habits we are bringing on. I love this. I just feel so good saying this. Making a decision with a hell yes and leaving the rest. What this means. It means number 1, make a decision and stick with it. And number 2, make a decision only when it's a hell yes. So making a decision and sticking with it. We talked about this in the Divine and Aligned course. If you are a business owner, if you are a content creator, if you want to be the match for abundance and wealth, you need to make decisions and get out of that limbo gray area. I guarantee it is holding you back because you are being sent ideas. God is sending you the downloads when you pause and go, I had this idea to make this content or to make this business or to make this course, but let me sit on it and think about it. You are taking that idea and it's just withering away. When you get the inspiration, when you get the idea, do it. Decide right then and there. The most beautiful creations have been from this energy. The Seductively Savage course and the Divine and Aligned course, I got the idea that day and I launched it that day. Sent you girls the email and said we're doing it. It has been the most soul-aligned courses that I've ever taught. The best highlight of this year with you girls in it. So all these ideas that you are getting, whether it's for a relationship or a lifestyle upgrade, a place that you should move to, new foods that you should start cooking, a new hobby you should get into, get that idea, put it in your heart and say, God, thank you for giving it to me. I decide I get to do it. Get out of the logic, get into your body and say, hell yes. And only make that decision if it's a hell yes. That's what's going to get you out of that gray area. People and the world, the energetic field around you will respond to your energy. If your energy is in the middle and it's kind of that limbo, yes, but no, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the answer from the energetic field around you will be no. Yes, I want money, but I don't know if I can make a lot of money. Maybe other people can, but I can't. You will not get money. You have not decided that it is actually a desire that you get to have. I really want to be in this relationship, but I don't know if I should set the standard that he needs to provide for me. I just don't know if I can be that match for a divine masculine man. You will not get him. You have not decided. Decide in your body. And what deciding looks like, it looks like this. I decide that I get to have it. Thank you, God, for putting this desire in my heart. I allow myself to now receive it. I'm so excited for when it comes. You can say it out loud, you can say it in your head. So when you decide, make it a hell yes, all the way I follow this through. And of course, it's always okay to change your mind. Today, if you have the idea, run with it. Tomorrow, if maybe you don't, that is okay. As feminine energy women, we get to change our mind. We get to flow, we get to flourish, we get to change. So another part of this too, people respect our decisions when it's a hell yes and when we've truly decided. Here's an example of this. Something that I never understood in college was why people would always say there's so much peer pressure to drink. I never experienced that. Why is that? It is because I decided in my energy, I do not want to drink alcohol in a super crazy way. People would go crazy in college, and I get that that's a normal college experience, but I was definitely a holistic health girly back then, and I liked taking care of my body. I didn't want to feel sick the next day. I didn't want to poison my body every single night. So when I would go to parties, my friends knew, don't peer pressure Alexis to drink. She's not going to do it. I didn't even have to tell them. I just decided in my energy, nope, not for me. Once in a while, there's times where maybe I do want to have a glass of wine. So when those times come, then I decide that I want to. But other than that, my energy is nope, I'm not going to poison my body. I'm not going to put this in my body. Your body speaks energetic boundaries when you decide. If your energy is, oh, maybe I'll drink, I don't know, I haven't really decided if alcohol is for me or not, you're going to get peer pressured because the energetic field and people are responding to your limbo, your gray area energy. So you get to decide and other people respond accordingly. Any relationship standard. If your man is not meeting your standard, have you really decided that it's actually your standard? All right, let's see. Another part of this too, let's say that your desires are not coming, let's say that your standards are not being met. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write out every desire that you want but you don't currently have. Go ahead and write it out, and next to it, put a check mark if you have actually decided. And be honest with yourself. Have you actually decided that you get to have this? That is going to be your inner work. What I heard too, and I think this is from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, which you girls know is one of my favorite life-changing books. He says in there that the wealthiest and the most successful people, a quality that they all have, is that they're very quick to make decisions and very slow to change their mind. And I noticed as I started doing inner work, this became my energy. I make decisions very quick. I get an idea for a course, I launch it. It feels good to do a retreat in Hawaii, I do it. There's things like this that have led to so much happiness and fulfillment and success. It's because I take that decision and I run with it. I'm very slow to change my mind. And working with my team helping me plan the retreat, I cannot wait for you girls to meet the woman that is helping me plan all of this. When we first met and we started working together, I told her, look, I make decisions very, very quick. It's just how I run my business. It's just how I run my YouTube channel. And she goes, okay, that's great. And I think I had told you girls this, I don't remember already, but a week after we had first met, we had talked about the retreat and I told her, I really want to plan it to be in Hawaii. This is the idea that I have. She goes, great, let's meet next week and we'll finalize everything. So I come back to her next week. I'm scared to get on the call because I had already told you girls about the retreat. And I told her, girls already signed up for the retreat. I'm sorry I had to tell you, but I just opened it up for people to join. She goes, how many people have joined? And I told her the amount. She goes, what? I've never worked with anyone that has been able to bring people to them like this. And I said, I just decided and I have the absolute best community of women in the world who are in their feminine energy. They know what they want and they go for it. She goes, this is amazing. I thought she was gonna get mad, like, Alexis, we don't have the details yet, don't do it. But she goes, great, just keep running your business like this because it's working. Run your life like that. That is the key. I want to mention this too. Divine and Aligned, this is breaking my heart to say it, Divine and Aligned is coming to an end. You can join this course at any time, but the sessions are wrapping up for this whole course starting next week. I think next week will be our last session. If you are in the course and you're not getting email updates about it, please email me info@thefeminineglow.com because I want you in that last live session. It's going to be a Q&A, it's going to be kind of a send-off party for wrapping up the course, so just email me There's a problem with my website where if you don't open any of the emails that I send, it will unsubscribe you. So that could be why you might not be getting any emails. Okay, back to this topic. What else did I want to say? Yes. Okay, one more part about this too. When you are making decisions and they are that hell yes decision and you're out of the gray area, what usually happens is a little bit of self-sabotage. And what it looks like is trying to control the how and the when. How it comes, when it comes, you're gonna drop it. That's gonna be your inner work. That is gonna be how you fight that urge to self-sabotage. So here's an example of it. In college, my end of sophomore year, I had this desire in my heart. I want to graduate in 3 years. And the school that I went to was extremely difficult. I would always call my mom like, I don't know if I can be at this school. It's very, very hard. She goes, just push through, you got it. So I had the desire. I just want to graduate in 3 years. I want to finish school early. And I was studying to get my bachelor's degree in marketing. So when that desire came, I dropped the how and I dropped the when. I don't know what inner work I had been doing at this point, but I just dropped it and said, God, thank you. I know that I get to have it. What had happened was I ended up reaching out to the school. I just sent the school admission team an email and said, look, I've been taking extra classes every semester. I've taken summer school. I have one course that I need to finish and the course is not available until my senior year. I will just be going to college for 1 extra year to take this class. Is there anything that you can do to help me so that I can take it now? And I was a junior at the time. You will never believe what happens. They emailed me back and it was a professor that I had. I need to email him and just thank him for this. It was a professor that I had for one of my marketing classes. He goes, hey Alexis, I heard about your situation. He goes, I will personally spend my summer doing this class with you. And he goes, you will graduate in 3 years. We'll do it together, just you and me in this class. I started crying when I got that email. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I could not afford the tuition for my school. It was about $70,000 a year. I didn't have that money. And I thought, how am I going to afford this school? God provides. He always provides a way. When you let him and you drop the how and you drop the when, it would have never came to me if I was trying to figure out how to do it. I didn't even know that that solution existed. I never heard of a professor teaching a class one-on-one until it happened. So the only when that I had was the desire. I want to graduate in 3 years, but I didn't know when the action would take place. So drop the how and the when. There's solutions out there that you cannot even possibly begin to imagine that will come to you. And thank you, God. I graduated in 3 years, started this business, started my life, and it was, I'm just so grateful for it every day. Okay, 2 more points on this. This one is so good too, and I wish that I had known this years ago. Habit number 2 to level up this year is to read, to learn, and to grow daily. What happens when we are children and when we're in school is we're constantly learning, we're constantly growing, all this new information is being fed to us. Our brain is just lighting up and going, ooh, we love this, your brain is growing. What happens when people graduate school and they graduate college, there's this decline in mental health. Why is this? It's because that brain has stopped getting lit up from new information daily. What you're going to do to get around this is introduce novelty into your life. I talk about this in the Master Your Feminine Energy course, which is my very first course that I ever did. That is a foundational blueprint for your feminine energy. In the course I talk about this, how you have to introduce novelty to your brain in order to stay happy. Your happiness is the key ingredient for feminine energy. So when you are constantly reading and learning, you're listening to podcasts, you're practicing new skills, you are training your brain to be happier. It is scientifically proven. And I noticed this too when I had a list of books on my phone that I wanted to read. Every day I would have a book in the rotation, whether it was an audiobook, a physical book that I was actually reading. I felt so proud of myself. I felt so disciplined. I felt so good. I felt on fire, and it leveled up my confidence. I now felt so worthy as a woman. Look at the way I'm honoring my brain. Look at the way I'm honoring my soul. I'm feeding and nourishing myself. When you do this, you almost trick your body to just have unshakable confidence, because nobody can take away what you learn. Nobody can take away your talents or your skills. They are in your hands. Every single day, commit to learning at least one new thing. What you can do too is pick a theme for the year and master skills specifically in that area. So you girls know I always tell you that I have a theme for the year. My theme for 2023 was it's only delusional until it's done. And oh my gosh, that theme has absolutely changed my life. So many things that I would have never expected were a part of my life, I've now received this year. You pick a theme for 2024 and practice your skills around that. So for 2023, when being delusional until it's done was my theme, I would decide things. So for example, making 6 figures in a year, that was my goal for this year. Well, what ended up happening was making 6 figures in a month back in September. That blew me away. I never expected that to happen. I stayed delusional and I practiced learning about manifestation. I practiced learning about my energetic field, about neuroscience, quantum physics. I learned about all of these tools that were able to help me take my desire and attract it into my life. So whatever your desire is, whatever your theme is for the year, learn skills around it. Read, grow, always be leveling up your mind. Number 3, this one is so fun too. This is the last habit and then we'll go ahead and chat for a little bit. Number 3, create your dream life daily. Daily. This is so fun to do. So every day do small tweaks that romanticize your life. Here's something that I've been doing recently and it's just, I feel so good when I go to sleep and when I wake up. When I go to bed now, I will put so much lotion, so much oil on my body. I put oil in my hair. I put oil on my eyebrows, lengthening them, making them thick, making them grow. I put Vaseline on my lips. I put lavender sticks in my room. I put a salt rock lamp in my room. When I go to bed, it's like this ritual of just queen energy, feeling good, feeling soft, feeling relaxed. My room is a temple. And when I started doing this, I go to bed and I sleep so good. I wake up excited to get out of bed. That never used to happen to me. I would want to hit snooze and want to sleep more. I feel good. I take care of myself. I romanticize life. And that has leveled up so much this year. So romanticize your life. Something else that you could do, so here's other examples. Cook a meal and make it lay out really beautiful. I feel that there's so much art in doing this. It's just our feminine gift. Things like cooking and just making it look beautiful. When I make a meal, like, let me think of an example. Okay, let's just take an acai bowl. I love to make those. I will put the granola on top, layer the fruit, things like that. Just make life beautiful. It just makes it so romantic. We wait for these special occasions, and I think this is the perfect story of this. There was a woman who would always buy these candles, and she loved the scent, but she never used them because she wanted them to last. She didn't want them to burn. Well, this woman ended up passing away, and she had this whole closet full of candles that were never used. She was waiting for a special occasion that never came. The truth is, every day is a special occasion. What if today was your last day? Did you romanticize life? Did you make today your dream life? So level up your life by creating your dream life every single day. Small tweaks, small habits. Something that I've been doing that is I guess it's like an inner work shift that I'm doing right now, is making every day feel like Friday. I used to do this thing where Monday, and I run my own business, I work like 2 to 3 hours a day, and I would still do this. I call it the 9 to 5 mindset in the Divine and Aligned course. I would feel the Monday energy. I would feel the Sunday scaries that they call them and feel, oh, the week is starting again. Then I realized, hold on, Alexis. Your business is getting online and talking with your soul-aligned clients and students. Why are you dreading Monday? This is your dream life. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've just been programmed to hate Mondays and to not look forward to them. So what I've started doing recently, every day gets to be Friday. That beautiful feeling, today is Friday, but every day feels like this now. You get to decide what the day feels like. You get to decide if today is your dream life. Alright, and I always say this too, when you wear your best clothes, when you put yourself together daily, what that did for me is it started a multiple 6-figure business. When I put on a robe during COVID and I thought, yeah, this is better than sweats, I actually feel good, I actually feel sexy. Let me create a clothing brand around this. I started feeling good. Let me create content on YouTube. Let me start helping other women with their feminine energy, the way that it's changed my life. Little things like this. You have no idea what just putting on a robe or getting yourself together so beautifully daily, that can create a 7-8 figure business for you. That can attract your dream man in. Your life gets to be your dream life every single day. So let me recap these points real quick. Make decisions with a hell yes and leave the rest. If it's not a hell yes, absolutely not. And if you don't have your desire, have you actually decided that you get to have it? Number 2 was read, learn, and grow daily. Every day. Light up that beautiful brain of yours. Make it come to life with that novelty. Number 3, create your dream life daily. There's no reason why every day cannot feel like a Friday. It is in your hands. All right, ladies. Oh, I have to give a quick shout out too. I love you girls. Let me just say this. I love you girls so much. Every day in my gratitude journal, I'm just so thankful for the Glow Girls. My sweet girl, Tanja, hello if you're watching this, sent me these paintings. Like, she made these and sent them to me. I just have to show you girls. This is a beautiful pearl. The pomegranate. I just feel like she knows my energy so well, and it's so thoughtful. My girls, so many of you girls have sent me gifts this year, and your designs and your jewelry and flowers and your, like, just so many beautiful gifts. That means the world to me. Your messages where you share how much your life has been changing means the world to me. I am honored, so honored to be a part of it, and so grateful that you are here. I don't think I tell you thank you enough. I'm so beyond grateful for you. Thank you for being here. And something hit me so hard last night. So I was answering some questions or some emails, and I got an email from one of my girls, Saravi. Hey, if you're watching this. And Saravi goes, hey Alexis, I just got the Feminine Glow sweatshirt, and I have to tell you, I was wearing it while I was running some errands, and a girl comes up to me and says, I watch her too. And I was just mind blown getting this email. Saravi, that really made my day, girl. I just cannot believe how connected we all are. Actually, I can believe it. I'm so grateful for it. The Glow Girl community, we are literally breaking generational curses. We are leveling up relationship standards. We are leveling up our life and healing our family. I'm just so proud of you girls, and I could not be more honored. So thank you. Okay, ladies, let me chat with you for a bit. I love coming back to the live chat now. Is eating healthy also doing inner work? Oh, Matilde, so nice to see you, girl. Absolutely yes. And it's because when you start doing inner work, what happens is you view your body as so precious, so sacred. Kind of like when I was saying in the beginning, your energy, don't waste it getting triggered. It is way too expensive and precious. Well, when you do inner work and you start healing and loving on your inner child, loving that beautiful feminine energy that's naturally within you and actually getting to know her, you realize she is so worthy of being nourished and being protected by the people around her, by the food she eats, the food she consumes, and you become addicted to living a high vibrational lifestyle. Excuse me. So when you become addicted and you get a taste of what divine feminine energy feels like, you can't go without it. Anything else will feel, no thank you, I'm not choosing that life. So you know what it's like to fuel your body with healthy, nutritious foods. It's almost an addiction. You can't stop. It feels too good. So absolutely yes. And another part of that too, the other side is things like eating disorders and using food as emotional comfort, which I used to do. Those will always reveal a deeper wound or a deeper need to do some inner work, because we're covering something, we're masking something, we're using food as a way to self-soothe. So use anything that you're struggling with food and say, all right, what is this revealing to me about the inner work that I need to do? That yes, food is medicine. Literally, it's, oh my gosh, I love holding this cup because it says, it is my honor to love and nourish my body. And then on the other side it says, my body is my garden. You can get these on my website, thefeminineglow.com. Cheers to all of you girls who already have them. I love the pictures that you send me. This is a walking affirmation because I remind myself, I love putting healthy, nutritious foods in my body. It feels so good. My body is not a dumpster. I don't pour trash, processed foods. I pour high vibrational, electric, good quality foods into my body. Yes, spot on, Alexis. Thank you, girl. Zari! Ah! Hello, girl. I love your course. Zari, I love having you in there. It's so nice to see you on here, too. I'm so glad I decided to listen to this at the gym instead of music. You've hit on basically everything I've been struggling with lately. So grateful for you, girl. Josine, so grateful for you. And I love that you said this. I totally should have added this to the habits we're letting go of. Toxic music. If there are lyrics that are saying words that you do not want as your reality, let it go. The best upgrade I have made to my music is dropping the toxic R&B, the toxic rap, replacing it with high vibrational Afro beats, reggae, Latin music, high vibrational R&B. So any music that is feeding your mind, you might think, oh, I can hear the lyrics about hooking up with 10 girls and cheating and guns and all this. Well, your brain cannot separate that. We do not have the power to separate it and take it out of our unconscious. So my girl, good job replacing your music. That's good. Busra, hey girl, can you go over the courses? I want to join one, but I don't know which one I should join. Girl, absolutely. So there's 3 at the moment. Actually 4 if you want to count the Goddess Unleashed Hawaii retreat. That'll be a live course. So Master Your Feminine Energy, that is the fundamental course. It is the blueprint for how to heal, how to grow, how to know what your feminine energy is, and bring that side of you to life. I recommend every single person takes this course. Even my students that are in the advanced courses always come back and take this and say, I needed this. I should have taken this one too. So the reason for that is because when you can heal, when you can process old wounds and you can shift into your feminine energy, you start to hear things different. So when you take that course, the world becomes different. You start shifting and becoming a different woman. Some of the things that I've heard from my students is my relationship has changed. My man is now providing for me. He's now stepping up. I'm no longer afraid to set boundaries. I start dressing more alive, more in tune with my style. My voice is different. I'm attracting so much abundance and I'm not getting triggered. I'm able to just stay in my ground. So the Master Your Feminine Energy course, that is my baby. It's the first course that I ever made. The 2 that I have made this year that, oh my gosh, they are my soul aligned programs. The first one is Divine and Aligned. This is for my girls who want to be business owners. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you just want to swim in abundance and wealth, maybe you want to be a coach or a content creator. This is the inner work for how to actually create and bring your dream business to life. Even if you already have a business, how to take it to the next level, how to have things like 6-figure months, how to get over the fear of showing up online, how to feel confident and how to decide that you are the match for abundance, how to call in your soul-aligned audience and clients. There's inner work on the energetics of money, using your sensual energy and channeling that into your business. There's things like, we've had so many sessions, I'm trying to go back and remember. There's things too that are about the light and the dark feminine energy, how to play around with those, how to show up as a woman, and how to call in so much abundance. So Divine and Aligned, that one is my baby. It is so soul aligned. The women, every single woman that joins this one, it's like a soul aligned sister. And then Seductively Savage is my most recent one. That course has brought out such a new side of me. It has required inner work from my end to be able to teach it. It is about how to activate your dark feminine energy. And the reason it's called Seductively Savage is because when you want to access your savage feminine energy, the side of you that is so unapologetic, that is so in her goddess energy, speaks her truth, is so empowered. You need to take that sexual life force energy that you have as a woman, connect to it, and pour it into your dark feminine energy. So I teach you how to do that in there. There's a lot of activities and tools and trainings in there for how to connect you to that dark feminine. And we go over things like the wounded versus the healed dark feminine energy. I wish that I could share more on YouTube, but I would literally get banned for saying some of this stuff. So that is a private course to discuss all of that. And all of the courses come with Facebook groups, so you can connect with the other women, and you and I can still connect even after the course is done. Goddess Unleashed in Hawaii, that one I'm not revealing what the course will be about. First of all, because I know God will give me the idea, the day that I'm actually in Hawaii, and also because I want to save it. I want everything to be not a surprise, but there's a very specific way I want to do the retreat. I don't want the women to have full knowledge of the entire course. I want it to be more of a mystery and a surprise, because when you kind of expect going into a retreat what's going to happen, or a vacation or a course, there's less growth that's required. And there's so many things, I cannot wait for you girls to see what we're gonna do. There's so many things that I have in my mind that I want to push you out of your comfort zone. I want to create this beautiful, safe space and bring out that feminine energy that may still be in a shell. So that's what God is Unleashed will be. Thank you so much, Alexis, for your chorus. Yes, thank you, girl. Ooh, I love this question, Matilde. What made the biggest shift for you to attract financial abundance? Okay, this is gonna sound so unrelated, but I promise it is. My girls in my courses know why. It's activating more pleasure. When I activated more pleasure and more play in my life, money started coming like crazy. Why is this? It's because I could take that beautiful life force energy and channel it into creativity, channel it into ideas. The reason why women in the world today can make money like this is because they have something men will never have. They have that feminine energy, life force, sensual flow radiating throughout their body. So when that is vibrating, it's almost like a charge in your body. When you have that charge turned on and you also pair it with an idea and creativity, you bring visions to life and it makes you the match for abundance. So for example, I would always tell my family, I want to run my own business, I want to hang out with my girlfriends all day, but I don't want to work. I just want to make lots of money in my sleep and just have a peaceful lifestyle. And they would say, you're crazy, Alexis. That is literally my reality today. And it's because I activated pleasure and play. I got out of that masculine energy 9-to-5 structured mindset and I said, how can I just feel good in my body? How can I heal? How can I help other women heal? And it has attracted so much abundance. So bringing in more pleasure, more play, that's how I bring in more money. And I also got over any limiting beliefs. So for example, the month that I had my very first six-figure month, I was so grateful, just blown away that it happened. Before that, I was maybe making like between $20,000 and $30,000 a month, which is already I was so grateful for that. And then I thought, why do I have a limit here? Why do I feel that this is all that I can make? Because it's what I've continued to bring in month and month again. So I started saying, what if I removed that energetic block? What would happen? And it happened. The next month was $100,000. Another part of bringing in more money too, this was the inner work that I had done about 1.5 years ago. So I had told you girls, working as the hostess in that restaurant, I really wanted to get out of that point in my life. This was last August, I believe. I had quit my job. August 2022, I think. So I was making $350 a week, so broke, so struggling. And I remember one night I was praying to God, and I was sitting right here in my bed. I was praying to God like, please God, I'm so broke. Please help me make more money. Please give me a job where I can just feel at peace and feel taken care of. You know what God told me to do? He said, start tithing. I was like, what? And what tithing is? So I'm Christian. Tithing is giving 10% of your income every week back to God. So you put it in a church, you give it to a charity, whatever you want. And so God said, tithe, give 10% to me and invest 10% back to me. I was like, God, I just asked you for more money. Why are you telling me to give you some? That $35, you know what I could do with that every week? And it gives me chills to talk about. You know what I heard after this? He goes, Alexis, a year from now, what you make in a week, you're going to be giving that as your average tithe. And I thought, what? If I'm giving $350 a week, which is 10% of my income, I'm going to be making $3,500 a week? I thought, what? No way. So anyways, I started tithing and I realized actually my income doesn't belong to me. All of this is God's. I'm just giving God back the first 10%, giving him the first of what I have. What do you think started happening a year later? Not even a year. It was maybe 5 months later. I was giving more than that. I was giving $4,000, about $4,000 a week as my monthly or as my weekly offering. And then something happened in September with my first six-figure month. I think I had given, what was it? I had given, okay, so I was giving $350 a week, which blew my mind. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I just made $40,000 in a week. That means I'm giving $4,000 back in my tithe this week. And it was it actually wasn't even a hard decision. I just said, God, this is your money. I cannot believe you just gave me $40,000 this week, and I gave $4,000 back to my church. So I started giving more, and because I gave more, I received. And I teach this concept in Divine and Aligned. When your fist is closed, you cannot receive more. When you give, when you are abundant, when you are blessing other people, more comes to you because your hand is open. I'm just so grateful for the financial abundance, and it is possible for everybody. It is possible for everyone. I was working in a restaurant, never thought it would happen, and now it is. So there is no excuse. The only excuse is a limiting belief. And limiting beliefs, ask yourself, who told me this? Do I want to accept this? If not, you remove it. So you can get past anything. It was so funny, the pastor at my church, he came up to me one day, he goes, "Hey Alexis, what do you do for work?" I'm like, I talk with my girls all day, and I told him, no, like, this is what I do. I'm a feminine energy and inner work coach, and I create YouTube content. He goes, "It's really awesome. Thank you for your contributions." I said, I am happy to. So how do you transfer your sensual energy into business? How exactly? Gianna, this is what I teach in Seductively Savage and also in Divine and Aligned. It's going to be a whole lot of explaining to do, and not everything is appropriate for YouTube. That's why it's in there. Oh, okay, I love this. Alexis, I have a beautiful idea for a course, but I'm afraid to launch the course because of my limiting belief. I wonder if women will sign up for it. So here's how you get past that limiting belief, girl. This course idea is on your heart for a reason, which means yes, you get to do it. You are not making this course for other women. You are making this course for the past version of you that needed to hear what you're going to say. So drop the how and drop the when of when women will come and sign up. You create the course as if you were speaking to that version of you 3 years ago that desperately needed this information from you. Create the course. You start creating content. You start channel. You know this. You know how to do this, girl. You're in the course. Use that sensual energy to fuel it into your business. Make every day so wonderful. Build your feminine energy. Make life so wonderful and delicious, and you will be a magnet for your soul-aligned clients. What I would also recommend for you to do, girl, is to, what was I going to say? I'm losing this thought. Yes, okay. Never feel that you're giving too much for free. Never feel that you're giving too much for free online, I mean. So as a content creator, what a lot of my one-on-one clients and students will do is they will say, I'm going to put this in a course, I'm not going to share this on YouTube. Well, when you share so much from your overflow and from your abundance, you're in the energy of openness and giving. You are now a magnet to align with people who want to invest in you more, who want to come and take your course. And so when you're in the energy of, oh, I'm just going to keep this information, almost the gatekeeping energy, it's very hard to be a magnet. So put in the course the advanced level concepts that you want for your soul-aligned clients and show up so freely and giving online. Literally today I found twice the amount of money on the ground of a generous tip I gave yesterday. Girl, this gives me chills. I love you girls. How amazing. It's so funny because one of my girls in the Seductively Savage course, we were just talking about how she's been finding money on the ground. So her and I first started working together about a year ago, and this always happens with my clients. They find money, they're given money out of nowhere. I'm just like, girl, good for you. Keep going out. Keep just going for walks and you'll be wealthy. Alexis, how to embody anything. Decide that you get to. Get such a clear picture of what that embodied version of you would look like and start showing up as her. So let's say that this is actually something that I did. When I had told you girls, it was so hard for me to embody my dark feminine energy. It was so buried in my body. One day I decided, wait a second, Alexis, you are choosing this. Nobody's going to come along and say, Alexis, now you have permission to be the dark feminine goddess. I had to give that to myself. So I got a clear picture of what these women looked like. I got a clear picture of what I would look like with that energy. And I just started showing up as her. I started speaking as her. I started setting boundaries as her. Even when it was scary, I would just do it. And that's how I started embodying that new identity that I wanted. So decide you get to, get a clear picture, and start showing up as her. Inner work, it is not hard. The only hard part is letting the old identity go. Such good questions, my girls. This is awesome. Perfect timing. I needed this. OMG, the alignment. Yes. Oh, I swear we are all so connected. What do we need? How do you know that the inner work is working? Look at the life around you. Look at the way people are responding to you. And are they changing? Are people being magnetized to you? Are your desires coming to you effortlessly? Do you feel your body relaxing? Do you feel yourself upgrading? Here's what's so interesting. Okay, I don't know why this is coming to me to share. How do you know if your inner work is working too? You will know because your body will scream hell yes to you. So the other week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, I actually had this feeling about a year ago, honestly, but I didn't listen to my body back then. My body tells me things like this, like very, very quick, yes, no, fully aligned, or absolutely hell no. So something happened about a year ago. I started drinking matcha tea more. I love matcha tea. It was healthy. I'm not a coffee drinker. And my body said, this is making your skin break out. And I thought, no, like this is healthy, green tea, antioxidants, whatever. And I was putting honey in it and I thought maybe it's the honey, I don't know. But I just kept drinking it. My skin became clear, it was fine. And then about 2 weeks ago, I go to make my matcha latte before I'm teaching one of my courses. And my body says this again, Alexis, matcha tea is hurting your body. And I'm like, what in the world? I didn't know the holistic health girlies were telling me the truth when they said matcha was good for you. What's going on? Here's what I learned. I was drinking matcha tea on an empty stomach, and I was doing a little bit of research last week, and I learned that caffeine on an empty stomach spikes your cortisol. I did not know this. I did not know caffeine makes you stress, that it activates that stress hormone when you have it on an empty stomach. So your body is so brilliant. It knows things before you know it at a conscious level. My body was telling me stop drinking matcha in the morning. I kept doing it. I felt so tired throughout the day. I felt so moody. I cut it out. My girls, I've been feeling so good, like the best I have felt this whole year, these last 2 weeks. And you know what's in this cup? It's not matcha. What this is actually cacao. So it's like 2 teaspoons of cacao, or 2 teaspoons of cacao, pure cacao, which is full of magnesium and zinc and so much good nutrients for your body, hot water, a little bit of coconut milk, and vanilla syrup. Or not syrup, just pure vanilla. So it's a very healthy, clean drink, and I replaced my matcha with this, and I feel so much better. And you girls, thank you for always hyping me up. First of all, like on my Instagram, on my YouTube videos, you girls are in the comments, slay queen, you look so good, goddess. Thank you, I just love you so much. Thank you so much. What I started doing is replacing my matcha, and you girls told me on last week's video, Alexis, your skin, your makeup, something changed, you look so good. I just started listening to my body. So that was such a long answer to your question, Matilde. Thank you for waiting, girl. How do you know that inner work is working? People are reflecting back to you that it's working, that you're leveling up, and your body just feels better. And your body is speaking to you so clearly. Matcha gives me anxiety. I had to stop. Yep, same thing with me, girl. Can't wait to make a podcast with my queen. Ah, girl, are you making a podcast? How exciting. Oh, I'm just so proud of you. So many of you girls, especially my girls in Divine and Aligned, hello, have been launching your YouTube channels, your podcasts, your TikTok, your Instagram accounts. That takes so much courage. It's such a huge level up. I am so proud of you. This is just the beginning. I'm sending you so much good energy and love. Let's see. Alexis, what if you want to start a business but don't know how to get an LLC and a bank account for a business? I feel so lost. I'm getting a limiting belief that I cannot do it. So Melanie, wait, oh Melanie, okay, hello girl. So all of that stuff, you don't worry about it. Your gift as a feminine energy is getting to create a business and having fun with it. So things like the LLC, the business bank account, you get to do that later. Right now, focus on what is my desire, what is my idea, and how do I carry it out? Because all that other stuff being in your mind is just self-sabotage. You will figure that out. You don't need to do it right now. When we start thinking, oh, I need to get an LLC and set up my sales tax permit, all that stuff, your mind starts going into the logic and it disconnects you from that initial idea and that initial creativity. You create the business first, that stuff comes later. I teach you how to set up the LLC, how to get a business bank account. I teach you the steps for that inside Divine and Aligned. There's also so much free content on YouTube about this. So run with the idea. All that other legal, boring stuff, you can figure out later. And there's people that will help you. Alright ladies, I am gonna get ready to start a spa night. I've made Friday nights, like actual Friday nights, my spa night. I go to the sauna, to the steam room, I do my everything shower. It has been so much fun. So thank you ladies for hanging out with me today. This has been so much fun with you girls. New year, new level up. I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but I have this same video that I made last year, a different version of it. I'm gonna link it in the description of this video. It's very, very similar, but maybe you can see even the differences in my energy and see how much things have changed. See my previous tips that I gave you too. So ladies, have so much fun. Start these new lifestyle upgrades now. You will be a part of that 9% that actually keeps those resolutions for the whole year. I love you girls. Thanks for hanging out with me and I will see you soon. Bye.